I'm a vet. Oh God, the weather is crazy over here in Miami. The weather is crazy. We storming. My electricity is going in and out, and I can't put my dogs out, so I don't know how this is going to go. Hey, Miss Bands. Hey, Miss Bands. Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully the electricity don't go out again, you guys. But this is the disclaimer for the Vet Show. The Vet Show is a safe platform for men and women who are in adult entertainment industry and can come on the platform and vent and tell their life experiences in the game. The Vet Show in no way condone, promote, advertise, or engage in these activities. These are the views of the people who have lived this lifestyle and consensual adults to participate on the platform. We don't condone bullying or violence. With that said, come on, vets, let's get into it. Let's get into it. It's August 4th. And today's show is about unity. And it's about unity in the game. And only thing I can do is go back in the early 90s when us females, 304s, had to unite. We had to stick together. We didn't have no cell phones. Again, I know I talk about it all the time. We had no cell phones, and the communication was poor during that time. And we were working the streets, and we had to depend on each other. Therefore, we had to unite together and stick together. And it was more or less if one person got, had beef or had, problems with a trick, all the 304s had a problem. Getting arrested, we had to get the message to our folks so our folks would know that we was arrested. All types of instances where we had to unite. We had to stick together. Even the reachers and the flatbackers stuck together back then. A lot of the flatbackers, when they would get a T, they would be like, oh, he got some money or whatever. And we would all, split the money. We would all bust the money down, and all that. We wouldn't be selfish about our movement and what we were doing. We had to stick together as far as when it comes to unity. So, what about you guys? Who has some stories about unity that want to come on? Send a request. You guys don't have the camera up. You can turn your camera off and come on and talk to me and tell me about you guys' stories about unity, and what do you guys feel about unity in this. And if you guys can see, I got on my pajamas. It's been a crazy day today, guys. It's been a crazy day. The weather here in Florida, it's been storming. The power has been going on and off, on and off, on and off, and the power just actually came back on. I was like, I hope I don't have to cancel the show. So, but I didn't. And I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, unity. We really, really need to come together. It seems like us 304s, not even 304s, us women, period, don't stick together like we used to. We used to have each other's back. We used to have conversations and be able to sit up and talk to each other, without any problems or, everybody had a little problem every now and then. Hey, Mr. Motion. And, everybody had a few problems back in the day, but we stuck together. We stuck together. Us women, I believe us women, we stuck together a little bit more than we are now. And, it just seems like since the internet, the social media stuff, it makes me feel like a lot of people has changed since social media. They pretend to be people that they're not, and they feel like, that they have celebrity status, and they feel like they're better than you, and they start turning against, start turning against each other and stuff. And that's really crazy to me. It's crazy to me. By me being an older female, I'm looking over here on YouTube too. Hey, y'all on YouTube. It has Jack Trill. It has exposed a lot of people, and it has gave people a place where they can be fake and phony and fake. And it's separating them because they start living an imaginary life and believing that there's somebody that they're not, and they feel like they don't want to be united with you in the real world because they have social media and they have friends on social media and they have all new people on social media that they feel like they can unite with. But I believe that is fake. That is a fake unity. Real unity is in person, picking up the phone, calling, your friend. How you doing today? What's going on? How's the family? Things like that. Instead of just social media. So I'm trying to see if anybody want to come up, and anybody want to come up and share some of your united experiences from back in the day. Let's talk about it.
Okay, how do I take the camera off?
Okay, you see a little camera button on the thing?
Yes,
You push that button. There you go.
I'm off.
You off. You see you off. Yeah.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I'm at work. I'm always working while your show is going on. You
Uh-huh.
know this, so it's hard for me to be on the camera because I'm driving all the time. And I just wanted to. I think you did. You see it? Did you
Did
see
I
it
what?
on there when? Did you see the comment on there where the guy? I forgot his name. I don't want to be disrespectful, or was it a tall? Well, no, it was the girl. Tall ho, tall doe. Did you see it on there?
I'm going down now. Okay, tall ho, tall dough. Why did you just say the event show is not in no way, shape, or form involved in the lifestyle, but the people are? You want me to read this for you guys again?
No, I commented on it, and basically, I was just explaining that you were stating that the vet show does not participate in people's decisions. These are views of people that already live the lifestyle, and they're telling their personal stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, no, you don't. You're not involved in what they're doing on a day-to-day life situation. That's basically what I had was trying to explain. What the disclaimer is, because we're all consent consensual adults here, and we just want to leave it at that, basically. But hi everyone, I am true to the game. It
True to the game. True to the
true to
game
the
is on
game.
the line.
So my outlook on unity when it comes to the lifestyle, I believe that when how can I put it? When you're initially turned out in the game, you are turned out, and you get that mistrust placed into you, because as you are turned out, you are taught that nothing matters but your folks and your wife alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You don't trust anybody else. You don't follow anybody else. And all that you listen to really is your folks. But your wife alone is like a extension of your family. So as you going along in the game, you develop that mistrust of people, and I think that's why it's so hard. And a lot of females back in the game have done a lot of things against other females that you probably wouldn't do now as an adult. You know what I'm saying? But when you were back then, I mean, as an older adult, but
Mhm.
back then when you were in the game, deep in the game, a lot of things was done. You, I, whoever. You know what I'm saying? That was because you was under instructions of a different type of instruction. Now
Mhm.
that you could actually think for yourself, it's kind of like you have to reverse that and build another trustful relationship with somebody. You feel what I'm saying? Because that person, I look at people like that person that you knew in the game is not the same person that you know now, because they're not under that type of instruction, if anybody understands what I mean. So that's what I feel like. And in order to build that trust now, then you got to throw all the bad out and put the good back in, and build trust, and then build unity back into a relationship. So, like, people say, "Oh, you talked to her? Didn't she do such and such back then?" I don't care what she did back then. That was a whole different person
Mhm.
than what she is now. You know what I'm saying? But if she do something now, then yeah, you might have a problem. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I look at it when it comes to unity. You know, we all was taught a certain way to distrust. Now we have to learn a different way in dealing with people in relationships. You know, you can't look at everybody like this person gonna do me in, or this person gonna stab me in the back, or this person. You have to really have an open mind and give a person a chance to, when they do that stabbing in the back, then you just be done with them altogether. Because at this point in the game, you shouldn't even be thinking that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You shouldn't look at life that way. So uh, that's my thought on it. And
So, what do you think? How do you think that we can change that narrative and come together now after the internet? After we have the internet, and there's so many people that's not even being true to themselves.
well, that's
So,
a hard one,
how
because
can they be true to you and they're not even true to themselves?
that's a hard one because for anybody to be true to somebody else, they definitely have to be true to themselves. Because if they're not true to who they are, no way you could be real with nobody else. It's no way. It's impossible. It's just so. With how do you change it? That's a good question. Let me know. I'm just saying. Let me know how. But I have seen people change. Believe me, I've been around for 4 decades. I've seen them change. Has it been four?
I've seen
Yeah.
people change from, since the internet, I have seen people change from being authentic to just being phony and fake
Well,
all the way. Like, they feel like if they have their internet family, that's okay with them. They don't feel like they need real people.
well,
And that's what I don't understand.
the internet has people. On the internet, you could be whoever you want to be because who's gonna say different? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could talk against it, or if you really know how that person is, but most people in this lifestyle, let me say that, uh, they better on the internet than they was on the concrete. I'm just gonna be,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
I mean,
saying? Yeah,
some people,
the majority of
yeah,
them are. They are better. They're living their best life on the internet than they did in the lifestyle. And that's just the truth. But hey, let them live their life. That's what they want to do. Yeah,
yeah.
I can't say.
Jack Trio over here on YouTube, you asked, how am I going to say someone else isn't being true to themselves? How can I say that? I'm saying that because if they're online pretending to be someone else, they're not being true to themselves because they're pretending that there's somebody else, there's someone else. And they're making people believe that they're someone else and have other things, or a lot of people, they have these cars and borrowing jewelry and all type of stuff and pretending to be. Some people get lost and start believing that stuff, and that's what I mean by saying they're not being true to themselves. So you, Jack Trill, say that's like you calling me fake for being in the life and not being in it now. No, 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 no. That's someone that I was. That's a lifestyle that I was in. That was a life that I was in at that time. And now when I'm telling my stories, I'm being authentic and being 100% true in my stories. And I'm not doing that just because I'm online. Jack Trill said that doesn't make sense.
Hi, Ante.
Jack Trill said it doesn't make sense. It doesn't
What
make
what
sense.
doesn't make sense?
It doesn't make sense. He said, how am I gonna tell that somebody isn't being it say how you gonna tell us that somebody that isn't you is being fake? I'm not saying being me. I'm saying people represent themselves online on social media as someone else that they're not. Like when they're telling the stories about this game. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. But I don't, me personally, I mean, I all the time try to unite and come together and, do things for, do things for, other 304s and not only other 304s, other women. Uh, and it just still seems like, the women these days, they just don't come together. They just don't come together like they used to. They don't bond. There's no bonding. I feel like they don't bond because of social media. Again, because they feel like if they have a social media family, that they don't need real people. And that's what I'm talking about, how I feel. Hi, Yellowbird. Jack, you always say that you make me upset. You can't make me upset. No, Jack Trill, you can't make me upset. I'm just here relating the message That's what I'm doing. So, is there anybody else that can talk about unity, or what do you guys feel like um, the problem with unity in this game is about? I mean, are as people, as human beings this time, like now, like since you're not in the life no more, as you are being retired, what do you feel like, people coming together, unity? It seems like once you've been a 304, it does seem like there's a problem for you to trust people once you're in that life, because you deal with a whole bunch of different personalities and a bunch of issues, and it's very hard to trust the next person. So I know that is one issue when it comes to uniting. So how did we connect back in the day? On the track. We would connect on the track. That's how we would connect, on the track, and that's it.
And
And then most of the
most
time,
part, for the most part, we all had each other back, you know, or regardless if it was a sister-in-law or not, we made sure that the next person was safe. Or if we thought something was funny with somebody pulling up, we'd let her know, girlfriend, don't do that. Or, you know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Or that's not cool or whatever. But we always had each other back. And if something went down, regardless if we were sister-in-laws or not, we didn't stand there and say, oh, that's not none of my business. You know, we tried to help the next person and, you know,
yeah,
instead of walking away. So that's how it was back in the day, regardless. And a lot of times we did things that I must say, unfortunately, that our folks didn't even know we did for other girls.
other
You know what I'm
girls.
saying? So it's
Yeah, we used to
yeah,
do. We really stuck together, and we did do, I wouldn't say no underhand shit, but we looked out for each other. I
right.
remember it used to be times where, 3 or 4, she would be 20, 40, $100 short on her trap. And we would beat in, hit a lick, or have, got some good tricks or whatever. And we would, okay, well, here, you take this 100 or whatever it is, and you give it back to me tomorrow night.
Well,
We did stuff like
I
that.
have,
Now you can't even get a
uh,
cup of coffee.
I have friends. I have quite I ain't gonna say a lot, but I have a couple of friends that we done been down and around for a long time. And we might not speak every day or any of that, but our bond from the streets was so strong they could call me right now today, and whatever issue, all I'm gonna say is what we doing, what you want to do, because
Mm-hmm.
that's just what kind of bond that we had. I have buried some of my friends that had passed away from the streets that didn't have life insurance, because regardless whether we were sister-in-laws or not, we
Mm-hmm.
looked out for each other back then so tough that we developed this bond. So
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend right
Hey.
now that's in the hospital, and I trying to get there to visit her, but when her son called me, oh no, I gotta go see my friend because this particular person uh basically saved my life back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So when you find people like that, you really try to be loyal to them, and but it's not too often that you do, you know, but you try to make sure you return back the I got a friend, you know, Nisi. Me and Nisi wasn't even talking. Me and my friend, we wasn't talking for a long time because I was mad at her. But her son passed away, and when she called me, she didn't have to say nothing else. But all I said was, I'm on my way, because that was
Yeah.
my friend. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
whatever we needed to do, we got the job done. When Famous called me, what you need? What you need me to do? but that was the bond that we developed over the years,
Right.
and in everything that we've done for each other out there, it sticks with us, and that's what these girls these days are missing. They're missing that connection. I don't know. It seems to me it's not a connection. You know, it's one
Right.
for all and all for one, the way I see it now.
Right. I'm trying to get this light to work. Yeah, I think too, like in the past it was more or less because we had to meet in person to talk and to communicate with each other. We had to meet up. Like now it's not that anymore.
Yeah,
Jack
because
Trill said the black chicks has always been selfish in his opinion.
selfish.
Rose, that has nothing to do with this conversation. Rose Blush say maybe because they grow up with technology and don't know how to connect. And that's exactly what we were saying, that they don't know. And because if you when you go to restaurants and things now, everybody's on their phone anyway. Everybody's on their phone. They're not even connecting.
You remember famous how we used to have one payphone on the
On the
blade,
blade.
and everybody knew that one payphone phone number, and that's how your folks or whoever or somebody called and see what's going on that one
Call and hope
payphone.
somebody answer the phone. Hope.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have cell phones back then. We had to figure it out.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, Rose Blush say they looking for machines. And it's so sad to me because people will never know. They will never know like how we were able to unite. I don't even think that it's even possible nowadays for people to unite the way that we united back in the day because I don't even think that they even have even want to unite. I think the only uniting that they want to do is on social media or on the internet. And that's not real to me. I mean, I do have people, in the street that I communicate with online, but it's better to communicate with them in person. I like to I like to look at that person in their eyes and talk to them and see, are they real? Is they serious about things that they're telling me or the things that we're talking about? You know, let's go out and have coffee, go have brunch together and things like that. Now it's not, you can barely get a telephone call now. Open Eyes over here on YouTube say we all are weird and antisocial nowadays.
that could be
I
true.
I do believe that, and that's because of the technology now. And again, I feel like it's very unfortunate that the people they will never experience the thing, even though we think, oh man, we didn't even have phones, we didn't even have, and then realistically, it was better then for communicating with each other. It was much better then because then you were able to see the person, like, again, eye to eye, one-on-one conversations, you know because now, like, where when you're on social media, you're talking, or when you're texting, it's like, now people want to show you messages and and all that type stuff. So it's really, actually, not that much privacy as well. Open eyes. There are a lot of people that's stuck online. And then from COVID too, from the COVID era too, that made it worse. It makes people don't want to socialize as much because they don't want to catch another pandemic. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to deal with. Hey, Ron. Hey, Polly. Yeah, like Ron, me and Ron, we even though we connect on social media, we still meet up and go out for drinks. We still go, and do things together, and went to go to the gym, or things like that. So we are, even though we on social media or on networking and talking and stuff, it's still good to meet up, to unite together, and come together and do things together as human beings, and leave the technology.
Well, this is my thing about face-to-face meeting versus social media, and this is something that we learned a long time ago. I mean, it wasn't nothing that anyone just actually said, you need to learn this skill or you need to know this. It's just something that came natural to us back in the day and to now. I use it in my everyday life. We were able, because we only had like a split second to determine what type of person we're dealing with when they pull up on the street. So we learned the technique to read a person within seconds and
Hmm.
to pretty much assist the situation. But when you meet somebody on social media, you're not looking at them face to face. You're not reading their body language. You're not looking at them. That person could tell you anything. But by
Right,
the time you go meet that person, you done met a whole psycho. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And
right.
you already there
Catfish.
in their presence, right? So
Hmm.
um, that's what how I. That's why I don't. I prefer to meet someone in person because then I could kind of read that person and determine what kind of feeling I have or vibe I get from them if this is the type of person that I want to deal with, whether it's male or female. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It don't matter, but that's an instance that I have. It's like, okay, it only take me 2 or 3 seconds to tell if you're a bullshitter or if you, excuse my language,
Hmm.
or if you a real person. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's it. But when you on social media, a person could just really, really tell you anything.
Right.
So
Right.
it's just to me. But that's the way of the world now. So how do you get around it? That's a good question because
I don't.
that's where we at in the world.
I don't know if it's even possible. Yeah, Jack Trill over here on YouTube say we got to stop trying to hide and divide shit and bring more people in and put people on game. People don't
No,
be helping like you
it
want.
no, and Jack and he tell Jack he's absolutely right. That's
Hmm.
why I don't when I talk to people, I when in the project that I'm doing,
Hmm.
it's not just for people that comes from the street. The project that I'm working on is for people in all kind of industries because regardless of what industry you in the adult industry, you pretty much go through the same things. So no, you shouldn't divide. It all should be unity no matter what level of the adult industry you're in. It should be together. I agree with him.
Yeah. Open eyes say people lack those social skills because social media is so different.
True.
Yeah, and people feel comfortable. They feel comfortable communicating on social media because they don't have to be their true selves.
That's true.
And then a lot of people also be shy and things like that, and they feel more comfortable online doing it or on the phone text messaging and things like that. Yeah, so it's not, Jack Trill says it's not social media's fault, it's our fault. It's our fault for being more dependent on it. That's what it is. It's our fault. So we can't really get mad at we can't really get mad at because we're not uniting like we should be. That's just my opinion. And then we have more leverage now too. We have more things because back then we wasn't able. Most of us stayed in hotels. We couldn't even get apartments, and we probably didn't even have IDs
Right.
back then, and none of that. So we were really dependent as well. I said, who's gonna get here first? And Maria asked, how did we connect with other females when we went to other cities or stuff? It was just automatic. It was like as soon as we bounced down, on the blade, automatically, we knew, okay, that's a 304 and we would communicate. It just seemed like it was automatic back then.
Which one you count first? Okay. And you're gonna do me second? I'll be back.
Well, I mean, Black Beauty, you saying that you study people online, but you can't really study people online like you can in person. You guys, it's been storming outside. I can't even put my babies outside. Yeah, so I'm sorry about the noise, you guys. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to step up in real life. So what were you saying, Black Beauty? Can you send a request? Can you give us some more information? Because you've been in the game for a while too yourself.
Girl.
Black Beauty 007. I'm in my pajamas. Yeah, but with this unity thing, I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. I don't even, the only thing we can do is probably, get, probably build some female groups. Maybe some 304 alumni. Oh, Black Beauty said my sister know who I am. Okay. Willie Perch over here on YouTube says, being a clown is the new thing now, and the way we call each other the N-word every other week is like, oh my God, sick. It's after the 90s generation, the game went MIA. After the internet. After the internet. It seemed like to me after the internet.
Well, let me tell you something. I've been on. I've been lived both sides of the world. Um, uh, I did some years in the federal penitentiary.
Mm-hmm.
So with with the it all depends on the person, because the females that I met when I was in the feds, we became
Mm-hmm.
family. We had no choice. We didn't did some years together. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And we didn't met each other. You know, we know each other families.
Mhm.
We didn't meet them, but by talking all the time, it was almost like we've been knowing them for a long time. Our kids and all this stuff. You know. So I've been home 20 years, but I have those same friends. I have the same friends from we all didn't got out. We all didn't changed our lives for the better. We
Mhm.
all then went and did greater things in the community and everything. So what
Mhm.
happens now, for the last 5 or 6 years, we created this group called the Butterflies, and it's so
Uh-huh.
amazing. I sent you the pictures, famous, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
the,
seen the
the group
pictures.
is so
I seen it.
amazing because you would not believe every year we pick a city to go to, and we all meet up at the end of July. We go
Uh-huh.
to that city, we network, we exchange information, we help each other if one is not doing so great and get this person information. And it's a beautiful group.
Mhm.
And every year it gets bigger and bigger. Now we have over 300 members of the Butterflies. We call ourselves the Butterflies. We
Uh-huh.
have over 300 members. I wasn't able to attend this year. Everybody went to Puerto Rico this year. I sent you the
Wow.
pictures of them, right?
Yes, yes.
Last then we went to Houston. When we were in Houston, we took up 3 Marriotts downtown Houston.
Wow.
Then we had our t-shirts, our group pictures, we did all that. But the guy in the Marriott, they had to sign out for welcoming us and everything. And the guy at the Marriott said, I can't believe all these women was in the federal prison. All of them were federal inmates, over 300 of us. We took over Houston. We had a good time for the weekend. So it's not a such thing as you can't unite. Yes, you can. It's just that people that's been in a life are so damaged in their mind of the mistrust of people that that has to go away somewhere, somehow, some way, so you can be able to unite and become one. But these guys did messed up so many people's minds where some of them, when they done, they just done. They don't want to be bothered. They don't want to see you or him no more. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a lot of other things go on. So the bigger question
One
is,
second. I'm gonna see
how
if I
do
can
you?
put them outside. One second. Because they are loud. It's just been it's been storming around here, and I didn't want to just put them outside like that. So, but it's not raining now. So they outside, but I would have put them out first, and they were pretty loud. Sorry about that. Rose Blush say they was having a party. Yes, Trill, it's not about black people. It's not a color thing. If black people, black women, and men would unite better these days, it would be better. It's not about a race thing. It's about human beings, period. The human culture, the human society. Yeah, they were in crates, but my dog had puppies. She had puppies. She had 8 puppies, and it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. They get jealous when she don't. Oh, them. No, they just. I was planning on putting them outside before we started this, but again, my electricity just literally came back on before the show. I really thought that I was going to end up canceling this show because I didn't have any lights. That's why I'm in my pajamas. I don't have any veneers. No, I don't have no veneers. I okay. The giveaway. We have the giveaway for the shoes. I have 2 people, which um Haitian Goddess. She's not on here. Haitian Goddess and True to the Game is the top 2 that was doing the sharing. So Haitian Goddess isn't on. So True to the Game, I guess you
Did
win.
I actually win something? I never win nothing.
Yeah. I mean, you did sharing. You shared the video a few times. You did the promo, and I don't know if you can fit a size 8, but you probably can find
not
somebody to
not
give
even
them
close, sister.
to. You can find somebody to give them to.
Yes,
Somebody
that's I will
to
do.
share. Somebody probably in your group or whatever.
I will do that.
Gift because they're very good quality. I love them. Um, I just don't like the strap around the ankle. That's the only thing that I don't like, the strap around the ankle. But yeah, they're good quality. So since Haitian Guidance isn't on here, so I have to send them. I'll send them over to you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you,
You're
thank you. I
welcome.
don't never win nothing.
What you won today? That's how I be
Hey,
feeling too. I don't never win nothing. I don't never win nothing. But we have new gifts for this week. And the new gifts for this week is the Power Socks, sponsored by P Perspective. P Perspective, uh, they're for the guys. The P Socks Stump Down. These are some really cute. Sponsored by P Perspective. So share the video, share the page, and you can win because they're not on the market yet. His merchandise is not on the market, but I have a couple. He sponsored a few pair. So all you have to do is to share the page, share the video. So the socks, that's for the men. We're gonna start doing men and women. These are P Power socks. He calls them the Power socks with the P, and then they have stomp on one foot and then down on the other. Stomp and down on the other foot. And for the women, we're doing the red lipstick I have on. It's called the name of it is Whole Blood. Whole Blood. The lipstick. It's a 2-in-1. The 2-in-1 lipstick. And what it is one side is gloss. And one side is the gloss. And this side is the lipstick. And this is Whole Blood by Famous Fox. You guys can see. By Famous Fox. It's not online yet for sale either. These are pre-release products. So the 2-in-1 lipstick and lip gloss for the females, and we
I
have the
would
socks.
do the lip gloss. You know, I never liked red lipstick.
Yeah. Well,
I just,
I do have some more
no,
colors. They're gonna
you
be
know that garnet looking color, that
uh-huh.
darker color.
Mm-hmm.
That's the color I like. I've never liked red lipstick.
Yeah. Yeah. Whole Blood. Yep, that's what it's called, Jack Trio, over there on YouTube. Whole Blood is spelled Heaux. Oh, Heaux. Blood. So that's our giveaways for next week. All you have to do is share the video, share the page, like, comment, tag the videos. If you guys have any ideas for upcoming shows, any concepts, things that you guys want us to talk about. I know, Maria, you were saying that you want more documentary and you want to see more of the old photos and videos and stuff of us back in the day, that you like seeing that. And we really didn't used to really take too many pictures then either, back in the day, because
We
we
didn't have
never
a
really had no
camera.
had no camera.
We didn't have no camera.
Didn't
Look, no,
had no
no.
camera, no
Matter of
phone.
fact, carry a camera on us like they do on these phones. They snap all day, all in the bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
and so we didn't have any of that type of tools
Yeah.
to snap.
Jack
The
Trill said he want to see some player balls old footage.
the only pictures, I mean, the pictures that I have is back when we used to go out on the holidays and New Year's
Yeah,
clubs or
those
something like
the
that.
only pictures that we really had back in the day is like when our folks would take us out to like comedy when they would have the comedy shows, and like when we go to restaurants and he would take us out as a group. He would One thing about my ex folks, when I was with a pimp, we used to go out to dinners and stuff. He would get all his hoes together and we would all go sit down and go to dinner and sit and eat and talk and chit chat and things as a family. Hey, Booty Mac. Black Beauty say, I think all of you guys should do a book and a documentation about your life. I tell my sisters all. Yes, I think I've seen where people do inspirational books with multi authors, and I believe that that is a good idea. That maybe us women can come together and each one put in a short story in the book.
Well, I think that's a good thing for the book. That I was talking to you about before, I'm working on. I want to get each girl's story, and not just the vets from back in the day, but I want to get the younger generation's view of the of how they, became who they were and how they started in the life and how they feel. Because, like I was explaining to you, the other day, that's what my nonprofit is about. It's about really helping and bring to light that what we have went through in the process that we have to go through to transition. You just can't wake up tomorrow and say, "Hey, I'm done." It don't work like that. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a process. So if we are able to help one another through this process of transitioning on to something different, then that's the most amazing thing of what comes out of everything that you and I have been through our lifetime. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't understand, a lot of younger people don't understand what they're going to face when they get our age. You know, they don't, we didn't know. Nobody told us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody told us, hey, you're going to get older. And as you get older, this situation is going to be harder and harder and harder. What is your next plan?
Mhm.
We didn't have that kind of structure in our lives. So in order to be able to give people that type of structures through our stories and our experience, then that will be the most rewarding part to me of what I got out of all the years that I was in this, in that lifestyle. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's where I feel. At first, I was kind of hesitant because of my family, and I didn't really want to tell my life story.
Hmm.
But right now, I just feel like all
It's
out of
time.
all the things that I have been through in life, I think it's just time, and I just hope my family and anybody else just understands because they know who I am. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been who I am for so
Hmm.
long, but they also have seen my transition to who I am now. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So I just feel like it's time. It is. It really is time to put the truth on our side of our views. We done seen all the men's side. We just seen all their side, all their the fabulous stuff. We done seen all the glitz and the glamour. But
Yes, definitely.
nobody ever tells the side on how you got this glitz and glamour and gold. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
I mean, definitely
Nobody,
the pimps
right.
definitely stick together. The
Oh,
pimp
they stick
sticks
together.
together.
They stick together. They can have a leaking pill from way back when, and he's still leaking on their couch 30 years later. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna continue to feed him because that's their partner. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Hmm.
how they be. It don't. I mean, they gonna stick together no matter what. And I feel that's how the women should be, just like they
Right.
are.
Rose Blush over here on YouTube. I don't think she's just talking about financial management. Rose Blush say maybe a financial management discussion. Far as transitioning, we're talking about
Well,
transitioning.
Well, that's part of transitioning. How to, because in the lifestyle, Rose is
Hmm.
absolutely right, famous, because in the lifestyle we live, we didn't manage our own money. It went from our hands to theirs.
Right. And you better not ask about it. You better not ask about where
so,
this money going or
so,
nothing.
right. So a lot of women in the life, when they do transition on their own, they do need to learn financial literacy. They need to learn how to manage their money or whatever they might go do, get a job, start their own business, whatever adventure they go off to when they transition. Yes, if you ain't managed your money in 30 years, you need to learn how to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Because let me tell you something. We was doing a whole lot of mismanaging when we were handing our money over.
Right.
So we do have to learn how to manage our money and do the right thing with it, because at the end of the day, when you get to this age, okay, the next step is which way am I going? Because you don't have no retirement plan. Your
Right.
your
The retirement plan is his plan. That's your retirement plan.
your wait a minute. In Canada, they used to call the pimps protectors. So let me say hired manager. It's just like being a rapper or a celebrity, and they realize the manager then ran off with the money. That's basically what we do. That's where we at.
Yes, Jack Trill. Our folks did break bread with us, but our folks, we gave our folks all the money. So we was, excuse me, so we wasn't managing the
uh,
money.
okay,
He was,
but have Jack to define what he means break bread, because it's a
yeah.
difference.
What do you mean? He said take care of us.
Oh yeah, we live good. I mean, I ain't gonna say I can't say that we didn't. We had things in life. We wasn't homeless and hungry, and I mean,
Right.
we see this is the misconception that people have of this lifestyle. You have a couple of levels of this lifestyle. You have the ones that's on drugs out there, and I don't want to put nobody down, but the ones that's just out there for the drugs. Then you have the ones where we were that was really out there living. I mean, we even though that was our lifestyle, but we were living. I don't want to say productive
A
in
fabulous
our arena.
lifestyle. We was getting what we wanted when we wanted. We was more or less. I mean, we thought it
But
was. We
then,
was
but
always
then look at
going
the
out
flip.
to eat.
But
Always
look
getting
at the
new
flip
clothes.
side. But look at the flip side. We gave away so much money. No, and this is what I laugh about all the time. We gave away so much money, and we were so happy. We was living the life. We had
Oh
fabulous cars
yes,
first and everything. But guess what? We could have kept our money and bought that shit ourselves.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We could have. We
We
could
could
have. But
have,
back
but we
then,
didn't
it
know no
wasn't.
better.
It
We didn't know no
wasn't.
better.
Hoes wasn't
But
doing that back
but the
then.
thing about
Back
it
then,
is,
it
no,
was
you really
more or less most of the hoes was with pimping back then. Like
well. Just tell the truth. Tell the truth, famous. Back then, couldn't.
you
You
couldn't.
couldn't do that
I mean, you
because
could, but you couldn't.
no,
It
no,
was
no,
it
no,
was
no,
very few
no. How many
that could,
times
and
a
the ones
person?
that could, they were probably
But
drugs or
listen, in the real life, the lifestyle we live, how many times? If you told one person you was out there without folks, what was gonna happen? That person was gonna get swept. You couldn't stand on the track back then
right,
without folks. That's
right.
just what's the rule
If
of the
you was
game.
a hoe, but like again, like if you was a drug
Well,
addict
that's
or an
different.
informant or
You knew,
something like
but
that,
you
then
knew
you
the
could be
difference.
to yourself. Other than that, if you was a stump down hoe or getting money, no, you couldn't. And if you was on the blade, you was gonna get pimped and pimped, so you wouldn't be able to make any money. So that's how it was. Jack Trill say we wouldn't even knew what to do with the money.
I probably not. He right. We were young. We were kids. He's absolutely right. But the one thing we did, we made sure that our kids and our peoples and everybody else was okay. We not only gave away a lot of money to them, we helped a lot of people along the
We
way
did. We
too.
helped a lot
We
of
did.
people. Me coming up, I was able to buy my daughter uh, the top of the line, the best school clothes. My daughter and my sons, the best school clothes. They was getting best dressed in school. I got my daughter braces. So there was things that we were able to do, with the money. You know, there was things that we was able to do that we wouldn't have been able to do if we wasn't in the street. Yeah, a lot of the guys, there was people that didn't manage the money right, and there was people that did. My folks, he managed the money right. Well, my turnout folks, I would say my turnout folks, I don't think he managed the money right. My second folks, shit, he had other families he was taking care of, so he was so he that's the way that he managed. And my third folks, my last folks, he managed. Like we all had cars, we all had Rolexes and diamonds and jewelry, and you know, I had a boutique. So he was letting me do, you know, live my best life. Sky did it. I believe the game made us aware of life, different parts of life, and showing that there is things that we want that is reachable. You know, from a person coming from nothing, that that was a way that I
Well,
was able to get the things that I wanted.
and that's true for some. Everybody has a different background when they're in their life, but everybody didn't come from nothing. It's a lot of people that just uh, for whatever different reasons that they got into the life, it didn't necessarily mean that they was poor or they didn't have anything growing up. Some people was running away from things that happened to them in life at home.
Right.
Um, it's
Run
a
away
lot of
from
things.
home.
Yeah, it's a lot of reasons why people was able to, but this is the worst. This is, I ain't gonna say the worst, but this is one of the things that um, I'm gonna teach in my program to the younger people. Keep your business to yourself, because this is the thing that gets predators. You give them too much information. You meet people and you get to telling them your childhood stories and your home stories, and then they use it against you.
Use it
You know
against
what
you.
I'm saying? And that's how
Uh-huh.
they're able to manipulate you to get into these things, because they see what you're lacking from home, and so they call themselves uh, portraying what you really want, and then that's the way they lure you away to they
And
end up where we
manipulate
are.
you and brainwash
That's the
you and
bottom line to it.
crush your mind, and oh God, it's and I think that is where the game is structured for them to manipulate us and making us think, you know, oh God, just brainwashing. It's a big game of brainwashing. Yeah. I mean, most of us women, I mean, a lot of us women, like a lot of people think that if you get into the game, that it's because you've been molested or ran away from home, or you know, stuff like that, you know, being abused and things like that, and that's not always true. With me, I came from a two-parent family. um Even though I'm a product of divorce, my mother and father, they did divorce once I went into junior high school, and I wasn't molested, nothing like that. It was just being without. I was just trying to find a way to overcome from being without, being hungry. Yeah, they say talk about being real and manipulate, because that is a part of the pimp and hoe game, is to manipulate the woman into submitting. Okay, BJ. Yeah, she was loud. Thank you so much for coming on. It's Wick. Instead of just talking game in the ism, be honest and being truthful about intentions. Yes, my intention was to have things. My intention when I got in the game is to feed myself. I didn't want to be without. I wanted to have nice things. And I'd seen that that was a way for me to have nice things. That was my intention, YouTube. And once I did get in the game and I start having things, it's addictive. It's hard to get out. It's hard to get out the game. Once you know that all you got to do is go and you know do some services and you can get what you want. You don't have to wait for a paycheck. So yeah, that was my intention, is to not be without. And at this point in my life, I feel like the game did get me to where I am today. It did teach me a lot. Now I'm a business owner. I have a few properties again, and a few vehicles. And it did it it got me to where I'm at. It did. I can't complain. I can't complain. I wasn't a victim. Okay, Leo. Hit me up on IG. Inbox me on IG, The Vet Show. The link is on the link is in the about. So this show was about uniting. We just talked about how we was able to unite back in the day, and to see, hey, that's Casey, and to try to see if there's a way that we can unite the 304s, the alumni. Try to figure out a way, like True to the Game was just saying, like after she came out of prison, how they came together. All the ex prisoners, they came together and they do, you know, every year go out. Me personally, I don't think that the 304s will be able to do that because it seems like after they get out the life, they don't want to have nothing to do with anybody that they dealt with when they were in the life. They want to forget about it, and they don't want even people to know that they were in the life. Self development. Okay, you guys, we've been on here over an hour again. Our today's topic was about unity, how we united back in the day, and how we might can come together. And if any of you females that's on here that are interested in coming together on any of the things that we talked about, hit me in the DM and let me know that you are interested in anything that we talked about today, so that we can start building a unity of the 304s alumni. Again, the P's stick together. They really, really do stick together. But it seems like us females don't. We're going to come back again next Sunday. If you guys have any ideas, any concepts, or any type of stories that you guys want to hear about, you guys DM me, inbox me, let me know, any kind of ideas or stories that you guys want to tell. That this podcast hopefully is to help individuals that has been in the lifestyle, that for answers, or for to network, or for people that haven't been in the lifestyle, to get information, to get educated on the lifestyle or whatever, to see that we are human beings as well. Now again, I need you guys to share. I need you guys to tag. and share and tag and share the podcast. Share the information. You guys join me next Sunday. Again, the giveaways for the males. We have the socks. Oh, and I forgot the keychains. We have the Perspective Teach keychain with the socks for the guys. So I need you guys to share, share, share. That's what I have for the guys. And for the girls,